So many times parents are surprised when they find out that their child is being bullied because they see their child as being a very kind, very sweet, very gentle person that everybody seems to love. But it's very important for us to understand that just because we don't see it or just because our children don't talk about it doesn't mean that bullying isn't taking place. For so many children, they do not report their bullying situations to their parents. And they may not do it for a number of different reasons. They may not talk to their parents about it because they don't think that their parents can do anything about it, much like how they felt about teachers and their ability or their willingness even to step in and to prevent bullying. They may not recognize what's happening to them as being bullying. They might be so concerned about being a part of the group that they're willing to put up with certain things so that they can be a part of that group, or at least think that they are. They may not want to appear weak, or they might be embarrassed that they will appear weak or not able to take care of things themselves, especially if they've been brought up thinking or knowing that being self-reliant is very important. They may not know how to talk about it, or they might be afraid that the bully might retaliate and make things worse. They may think that just nothing can be done about it. It is just the way it is. But for parents, we must understand that there are signs that we can look for, or maybe not be looking for, but if we see these things, we might be aware that our child might be going through a bullying situation. Now, what are some of those signs? Well, some of them might be their clothing being torn, or we might see bruises or scratches or something on their body that the child is having a hard time explaining, or their explanations just don't add up. They just don't make sense. It might be that they're reluctant to participate in certain activities with their peers, or they start losing friends, or they are not willing to go out with their friends. It could be that they start to get sad or moody, or they're more anxious about things that they weren't anxious about before. They might even be feeling depressed, and in some children we're going to see headaches and stomach aches, not wanting to go to school. We talked about this before, that over 160,000 students every year don't go to school every day in the United States because of their fear of the bullying that takes place in the school. Their achievement in school might go down. So a student who was once an A student or a B student, you might see their grades dropping because they're just so afraid in school. And so all of these are signs, and there's even the worst of them all, of course, is thoughts about suicide, and we might see that in writings or in something that they might say, and that's a whole nother subject that we can discuss at another time. All of these things are signs, and if we see them as a parent, we have a responsibility to talk to our children about what's bothering them, help them to appreciate that we're there to support them, help them develop strategies to respond to whatever it is that they're facing in schools. We invite everyone here to join us in the Bully Prevention Partners at balancedlifeskills.ning.com as we all work together as parents, teachers, community members, and students to create a culture of peace in our schools and in our communities.